Namaskar friends, hope all is good. Friends, today I inform you that from today onward I am going to start teaching classes, and if you like, kindly subscribe it and listen till end, and if you suggest I will continue in future also. Today's topic which I have taken is very important and auspicious in everybody's life. What's that? Friends, let me tell you, Saturn and Jupiter, they are the major planets and auspicious too of the zodiac, and they are very important for happening of any event. So, how to know the birth of children through transit? By looking at the transit at parents' horoscope. Means how transit helps in knowing the birth of a child through the transit on applying on parents. So first let me tell you the rules, then I will explain you with the help of examples. So rule number 1, listen carefully and till end. This is my request. Only then you will be able to understand it and will be able to make yourself calculations. Rule number 1, Saturn should have aspected the 5th house or the 5th lord, 9th house or the 9th lord before or within, listen carefully, I am saying within the 9 months of the birth of the child through transit. Through direct motion or retrograde motion, in which case it will give effect from the previous house also. So transit is whether retrograde or direct. Rule applies on this birth. Rule number 2, Jupiter also should have aspected 5th house, 5th lord, 9th house, 9th lord before 9 months before the birth of the child. Means Jupiter and Saturn, the major planets, should have aspected 9th house, 9th lord, 5th house, 5th lord in transit of the parents before the birth of the child, 9 months before the birth of the child. Rule number 3, Mars should have aspected any of the above given points, 5th house, 5th lord, 9th house, 9th lord, but within 75 days of the birth of the child. Means prior to the birth of the child, 75 days for Mars. Mars should have aspected these 4 points. Rule number 4, the moon should have aspected either these 4 places, either these 4 points, or the lagna or the moon of the parents, but within 72 hours. 72 hours of the birth of the child. Now noting the transit of these 4 planets, that is Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Moon at the time of the birth of the child, and 9 months and 75 hours and 72 hours for Mars and Moon, and 9 months in between birth and before for Jupiter and Saturn. Now you will ask me, from where to see these planetary positions of transit? Friends, these are available in ephemeris. There is a ephemeris for every year's transit, or you can yourself look at the transit through Google yourself. So, the purpose of this research, this is actually a research illustration. The purpose of this research is to show genetical connection through 4 planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars and the Moon, between the horoscope of parents and children. It shows planetary linkage between father, mother and the child. Means genetical connection can also be seen through this transit. How important it is. This research is how important. This shows through transit the genetical connection too. And it has been tried upon so many thousands of horoscope and not even a single failed. This is a research. These research rules were given to me by our Guruji, Shri K.N. Rao ji. Many thanks to him. I am very grateful for him for creating such a wonderful rules, and he has such an intense and great deep knowledge about the subject, and we are very obliged that our guide apprised us with such a beautiful knowledge. Now let us see the example. Now friends, let us understand these rules with the help of an example. See, first one is mother's D1 chart, and second one is D1 father's chart, and third one is horoscope of the child at the time of birth. Now, if we look at the transit, Saturn should have, as per our rule, Saturn should have aspected 5th house, 5th lord, 9th house, 9th lord, any one of them. So let us check first of all for Saturn. Prior to the birth of the child, Saturn was in Cancer Rashi and it was retrograde. So, means it was giving the effect of Cancer Rashi and Gemini also. So, please check, is there Saturn's aspect on 5th house? Let me check. Yes. Saturn in Cancer itself is transiting in 9th house in Cancer Rashi, means connecting through transit the horoscope of mother, 9th house with the Saturn. and transiting Saturn from Gemini, which is 8th house of mother, is aspecting 8 Saturn from 8th house of mother is aspecting 5th house, which is 12 Rashi. Means our first rule and second rule both are fulfilled in mother's horoscope. That Saturn is transiting over 9th house also and 5th house also. 10th aspect of Saturn from Gemini on 5th house. And if we look for father's horoscope, we see that the lagna is same for mother and father. So in this case, transit for 9th and 5th will be same. Rule number 1 and 2 are fulfilled. Sorry, rule number 1 is fulfilled for Saturn, not 2. Now, rule number 2, that Jupiter should also aspect 5th house, 5th lord, 9th house, 9th lord. Now, where is Jupiter? Jupiter was in Libra and was retrograde. So, is there any aspect of Jupiter on 5th house or 9th house by direct or indirect connection? Jupiter was retrograde in Libra between childbirth, 9 months prior to 9 months from the childbirth till Jupiter was in Virgo in September. So fulfilling our 9 months rule. Now from Virgo, see in mother's chart, Jupiter is aspecting from 11th house, 5th house. And if we go for father's horoscope, same is here. It is aspecting 5th house. Either of the two, 5th or the 9th. Any one house, it should have aspected. So 5th house is being aspected by Jupiter also, and Saturn is aspecting 9th and 5th both of mother and father. Now let us look at Mars. Prior to child's birth, before 75 days, Mars was in Libra and Mars was in Pisces, and at the time of the birth it was in Mesh Rashi. So Pisces is 5th lord of mother and Pisces is 5th lord of father as well. So Mars is transiting over 5th house of mother and 5th house of father too. Now, if we look at moon, our 4th rule, 72 hours before the childbirth, Moon was in Cancer. Means Cancer is ninth house of the mother and ninth house of the father as well. So Moon was transiting over the ninth house of mother and ninth house of the father as well, fulfilling all the four conditions. I have checked all the 9 months position of transit in between from birth of the child and prior to it, of Saturn, of Jupiter, and for Mars 75 days before prior to the birth of the child, and for Moon 75 days for Mars and 72 hours for Moon, and found that all were transiting these 4 points. So this is how we relate childbirth through transit through the horoscope of the parents. And you can tally with other horoscopes also. So I will give another example for you to do and tell me whether you have understood it or not. In case of any query, or in case you are not able to solve it, you can always write to me on my mail. I will definitely tell you the answer. How can you relate it? So write down the next horoscope for your work. Though I have solved it, but I am not going to narrate it because I want you to do it. The the date of birth of mother is 24th May 1981. Time is 12:40 p.m. Delhi, and father's date of birth is 29th November 1975, 7:55 a.m. Kanpur, and childbirth is 16th December 2013, 11:44 a.m. Delhi. Though I have calculated it, if you are not able to solve it, I will relate it. I will tell you in my another video. So, thank you very much for watching so patiently, and in case of any query, you can always ask me and put your question on my Gmail. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello friends, Namaskar. Hope all is good. Friends, from today onward, I am going to start teaching classes. And if you like, I will continue it. So, my request is, if till now you have not subscribed me, kindly subscribe me. Today's topic, which I have taken, is very important and auspicious in everybody's life. What's that? It is timing of the birth of children through transit, through the horoscope of the parents. Means how to know the birth of the children through the process of transit in relation to parents' horoscope. So first of all, I will tell you the rules, and after that I will explain it with the help of examples. Rule number 1. First you should know Saturn and Jupiter are two major elements. Oh God, what is I am saying?